This is Annapolis, and these are the midshipmen who make up the brigade of the United States Naval Academy. These are their stories, full of their laughter, their heartache, their tragedies and triumphs. The stories of the men of Annapolis.
He's hurt. He's out of the game. What's the matter, Stan?
My shoulder. I think my shoulder's...
You better get over to sick bay.
Yeah, but the game, who's going to finish in my place?
Jorgenson.
Oh, now, wait a minute. After all, what can it hurt?
You've got a comfortable lead now. All you've got to do is hold them.
I don't know. If it was anyone else, okay. But with Jonah Jorgenson, there's just no telling. Things somehow have a way of happening. Don't ask me why. They just do, that's all. The guy's a walking jinx.
Look, this is silly. We're mature, intelligent 20th century adults. Not a bunch of superstitious pagans. Next thing you'll be wanting to burn him at the stake for practicing witchcraft.
Not the worst idea I ever heard.
As much as I hate to do this, might I remind you gentlemen that there's a game to be played?
Well, what about it?
We have a choice.
Arnie, fill in for Grady.
Yes, sir. Glad to.
All the same, I'd feel better if he was playing for the opposition.
You got yourself to worry about. Get over and get that shoulder looked after.
I don't mind losing. When I'm outplayed. But we handed this game to him on a platter.
I've seen teams fall apart before, but that was total disintegration.
Tell me that was sheer coincidence.
I don't get you.
The moment Jonah Jorgenson was piped aboard, there was an epidemic of catastrophes.
Oh, come on. Name one goop he committed. One bad play. That's just it. He never does. He doesn't have to. Like a catalyst, just his presence is enough to guarantee disaster.
Yeah, like the other day during the sailing race. Everything goes smooth as silk. But what happens to our crew? The boat capsizes and we get spilled into the drink.
You aren't going to blame that on Arnie. What then? If it isn't Jorgenson, what is it? All we ask is a reasonable explanation. Like what holds the stars up? How come grass is green? You know, a simple explanation for a natural phenomenon.
It was a bum break, fellas. The way the game turned out.
Like the man says, it's the way the cookie crumbles. Say, we better shake a leg. We're going to be late for chow.
Yeah, come on. The others have shoved off. What's the matter? Won't it open?
Yeah, let me try. It's probably just jam.
Snap it up, can't you? We're going to miss formation.
The lock's stuck. Seems to be a piece of fabric caught in it.
We'll pick you up about 7. Hey, I hope you girls don't mind riding in a bus, but plebes aren't allowed in autos. Well, no, that's day after tomorrow. Then we'll be third-classmen. Okay, so it sounds silly to you to make a big fuss over such a little technicality, but... Hey, I'll tell you what. When I'm in charge of the academy, remind me to start some new reform measures. Huh? Oh, honey, the fellas are coming. I gotta hang up or I'll be late for the color parade. I'll see you at 7. Bye. Well, who died? Anyone I know?
Yeah, us. After the parade, Don and I have been picked for special detail, and we won't get off till 8 o'clock.
Well, what about the girls?
Looks like you're deputized to give them solo convoy.
Inspection in 20 minutes.
Holy cow, I forgot all about it. Let's go. How are we ever going to get the room cleaned in time?
Do you believe in brownies?
Either that or the Navy's come through with maid service.
Arnie, you did this? What's the big idea, anyway?
Well, I was here, and you fellas weren't, and I knew we had to be shipshape for inspections.
That's no excuse. It wasn't for you to do alone. That's a job for all three of us.
Oh, what difference does it make? Well, if I don't mind, why should you?
Arnie, it's not because of anything that's happened, is it? I mean, I know some of us have been riding it pretty hard.
Don't be a dope. I told you, I just felt like it. Maybe I'm a frustrated domestic or something.
Holy cow! It's the sink! Something seems to be wrong with the drain. The water's backing up.
Well, do something!
But don't look at me. I'm not a plumber. An inspection due here any minute.
You! This is your fault. Me? I didn't do anything.
You cleaned the sink, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but I mean...
Well, just don't stand there. Man the pumps. By the looks of things, the building is sinking. What are you...
One girl's bad enough, but put three of them together and you've erected a monument to indecision.
They couldn't take this long. I could build my own girl in less time. It's Jorgenson. I knew something would go wrong. I felt it in my bones.
Let's talk about something else, huh? Just think. Day after tomorrow, we'll be off on summer cruise.
Yeah, and so will Jonah. 2 whole months at sea with him. For that, they should hand out service ribbons. You don't suppose a bus broke down, do you?
Now, that's the most stupid thing you've said all term.
Hey, this is Jorgenson. The bus broke down. Well, yeah. Yeah, the girls were on it. I had to walk over a mile to get to a telephone. Oh, I don't know what time we'll be back. Huh? What? Oh, no. No, it wasn't my fault. I had nothing to do with it. Oh.
nothing more potentially dangerous than live ammunition which has failed to detonate. I've seen men killed and maimed as a result of hangfire. If for any reason the gun should fail to fire electrically, the mount captain will immediately attempt to fire by percussion.
And if that fails?
You wait for 30 minutes after the last attempt to fire, keeping the gun pointed in a safe direction. When the gun is cooled, you open the breech, remove the powder case, and throw it overboard. You then use a short charge to unload the projectile through the muzzle by firing.
Mightn't the powder case explode when you open the breech or before you get a chance to toss it overboard?
Yes, Jorgenson, it might. All right, if there are no more questions now, I'll read off your assignments. Sight setter Walker. Projectile men Hawkins and Grady. Powder men Bird and Jorgenson.
Hey, Jonah, let's go up and get some fresh air.
No, I gotta work on my cruise turn.
Now, what's eating him?
Don't you know?
Ever since we started this cruise, he's been walking on eggshells. I don't get it.
Well, put yourself in his place and see how you like it. Everybody giving him the business, treating him like foreign agent. And I include myself. I'm as guilty as the rest of them.
What? Because we call him Jonah? Can't he take a little kidding?
It's tough to take kidding about something that you're powerless to alter.
Nothing's happened in days. Nothing.
Well, maybe that's why he's walking on eggshells. He's wondering when it's going to happen, and where, and how.
Left 10, add 100.
Left hand, add 100.
Left 10, add 100. Coming on the range. Stations. Load. Fire. Well, that was more like it. Good boy. Okay. Suppose this time you determine the adjustment on your own.
Right 5.
Right 5.
Down 50.
Down 50. Set. Load. Fire.
Let's fire.
Fire by percussion. She won't kick out. Control. Hang fire right gun, mount 53.
Hang fire right gun, mount 53, sir.
Clear Mount 53 except for Mount Captain and necessary personnel.
Now clear Mount 53, except for Mount Captain and all necessary personnel.
Carry out hang fire procedure.
Now carry out hang fire procedure.
Keep Mount 53 trained on a safe bearing.
Now keep Mount 53 trained on a safe bearing.
The time is 09:45.
The time is 09:45.
Commencing hang fire procedure. Expect gun safe by 10:15. All right, gentlemen, relax. We've got a 30-minute wait. And if I might say so, she's liable to cook off at any time.
Times like this, a half hour seems like half a day.
All right, time is up. When I open the breech and extract the powder case, All right, you. When I open up the breech, grab the powder case and throw it over the side fast. The rest of you get out of here.
Command 53, return to station.
Small 53, return to station.
What's the matter with your hand, Jorgenson?
I don't know. I guess I must have cut it. In all the excitement, I didn't even notice.
You better report to sick bay.
This friend you've been telling me about. You mean he seriously believes he's a Jinx?
Oh, not at first. But there have been so many incidents, one right after the other. Well, nothing directly attributed to him, but... Well, it's not for nothing. They've nicknamed him Jonah.
Just a gag. Surely this friend of yours can't be superstitious.
Not superstitious, no. But I read somewhere that just as there are people who are accident-prone, there are those that are catastrophe-prone. No matter how hard they try, things go wrong.
Medical journals have recorded such cases, but I don't recall ever reading that they're incurable.
It's hard for others to put confidence in such a man. It's hard for him to find confidence in himself. Well, I mean, in an emergency, in a case of life and death. Who'd ever trust a man with such a record?
We're not the tools of luck. We make our own, good or bad. That's something your friend will have to learn. Wasn't it Henley who said, "I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul"?
Are we?
There, that'll hold you. In no time, you'll be as good as new. If this friend of yours is the type of person I suspect him to be, he'll get the answer. Even life has a curriculum. It has a way of throwing us a test just when we need it most. I have a hunch he'll get a passing grade.
Refueling was such a tricky operation. I hope to tell you, especially in waters like this. You have to have a steady hand at the helm. Either ship veers a fraction off course, you've got yourself a king-size traffic accident. Too bad Jorgenson isn't here. He'd get a boot out of this. Where is Jonah anyway? I haven't seen him around. He's on watch and after steering. I pulled that yesterday. The dullest duty on board. Nothing ever happens. It's all vibration and noise.
Cheer up. Our relief will be here in another 20 minutes.
There's such a feeling of isolation here, of remoteness. It's as though we weren't really on the ship at all.
Well, you're right about the remoteness. We're the furthest point stern of the ship. It's pretty dull around here mostly. You sit around wondering what you're doing here, thinking you'd rather be anywhere else. Feeling spuds even, just to feel you're a part of things. That's where you're wrong.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, because if anything goes wrong with the steering on the bridge, we take over control here. You and me, we become the most important men on the ship.
Something wrong?
I don't know. Been feeling queasy all day. You know, like my stomach was turned inside out. Must have been that fish I had last night. Fish and me never did agree. Think of that. Sailor who don't like fish.
Listen, you got a fever, right?
Do tell.
I'm gonna call the doctor.
No! My right side, like it was on fire. Like it was being nibbled at by mice.
Look, I'm no medical expert, but well, it looks to me like you got appendicitis. I don't care what you say. I'm phoning for the doc.
Off steering control, sir.
Ship control to after steering. Steer course 212.
After steering, take control. Steer course 212. McQuaid.
McQuaid.
Are you there? Why don't you answer?
McQuaid is ill, sir. This is Midshipman Third Class Jorgenson, sir.
McQuaid is ill, sir. Midshipman third class Jorgenson's alone down there. Get down there.
Listen, Jorgenson, the exec's on his way below. In the meantime, this ship is in your hands. You understand? You are to steer according to the orders given to you by the bridge.
Yes, sir. I'll do my best.
You've got to, Jorgenson. There's a tanker 30 yards off our starboard, on parallel course. If you don't hold a straight course, we'll collide.
Go on, kid. You can do it.
Steer 210 degrees rudder amidship.
Steer 210 degrees, rudder amidship.
If I make a mistake, if I do anything wrong, you can tell your grandchildren you sank a destroyer.
Mind your helm. Mind your helm. He's way off course. Steady.
Hold it steady. You see, kid? What did I tell you? Nothing to it.
How we doing?
Well, I'm a little green, sir, but Mr. Jorgenson here, he's doing just fine.
Well, I should say he is. Lucky thing for us, we had a man like you on watch. You know, in your shoes, a lot of fellows would have frozen up.
Sir? Would you mind repeating that, sir?
I said a lot of men would have lost their heads.
No, sir. I mean the part where you said it was a lucky thing you had a man like me aboard.
Well, yes.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Now, what do you suppose Jonah meant by that? I didn't hear him. What did he say? He said, bring on the whale.
Yes, this is Annapolis, the United States Naval Academy, proud of its dignity, its history, its traditions, but most of all, proud of its men. Next week, we will bring you another story of the men of Annapolis. Jorgenson was played by John Brinkley. Don Bird by Doug McClure. Mike Walker was played by Don Sullivan.